Space Jam: A New Legacy is directed by Malcolm D. Lee and stars LeBron James, Don Cheadle, Cedric Joe, and a few others. And it tells the story of a rogue artificial intelligence who kidnaps the son of famed basketball player LeBron James. LeBron then has to work with Bugs Bunny to win a basketball game in the hopes of getting his son back. So, you know what's the most hilarious thing about this Space Jam movie for me? It's the title, A New Legacy. It makes it sound like it's gonna be this epic, pitch perfect, just the best Space Jam movie you've ever seen, and you're gonna want so much more after you've seen it. Talk about trying to live up to the hype. But the first Space Jam movie, I saw that so long ago. I really don't remember seeing it more than once, but I remember enjoying it. I remember enjoying the silliness of it. I remember loving the comedy in it. The Looney Tunes were perfect in it. It was perfect for the time that it came out, I think. And even though Jordan was not the best actor, you saw that the guy was giving it his all. There was a lot of heart to that movie. And I think that's what everybody kind of embraced in that film. You got the feeling that they really were trying to do something special, even though that movie basically came from a commercial, the idea for that movie, so it that and the song that went with that movie that was sung by a terrible person, but all of that built that movie up to be something pretty iconic, something people remember fondly. So of course, say, okay, we're gonna do sequel, reboot, whatever you want to call it. I think this is supposed to be a sequel of that movie. One, nobody asked for a sequel, but okay, fine, you want to do it, feel free. But if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to try to evoke those same emotions out of people once more. And this movie, let's get into it. And I'll start where I always do, the visuals. Now, of course, they threw a lot of money behind this. So visually, a lot of this film looks pretty good. One of my favorite elements, or maybe the only element I really like now that I think about it, was the whole idea of all of these worlds existing from the movies that we've seen and the movies that we love. You have like Matrix world, you have Batman and Robin world, you have all these different, little world pocket dimensions, if you want to call it that, existing inside the, I guess this is internet, that's another thing to the space in this Space Jam. I know, what is this space, but whatever. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that idea because, as a kid, you tend to imagine that these worlds that you see in these movies are real. You wish they were real, even though they're not, so it does tap into that kid aspect of you by doing that. The Looney Tunes also, in their 2D animation form at least, looks really good. I actually find everything is lovely to look at and it's clean. And I guess if you have a 4K television or whatever, it's going to look really amazing. So that stuff worked well for me. And I like animated LeBron James. I really do. I thought that's where he was strongest. I'm sorry, when you couldn't see him acting, when he was just doing voice work, I think that's when it worked really well, and I like that stuff. That worked for me. The comedy, I mean, Don Cheadle was pretty funny. I mean, he was actually trying, which considering what the role was, props for that, And the character, the villain, has a ridiculously name, but a ridiculously cool name. I like that. It's kind of snappy. That's kind of cool. I'm just picking out all this stuff here that kind of works, and that's one of it. The 3D animation stuff. Okay, so the basketball match. The 2D animation stuff I like most. The 3D animation stuff was horror inducing. I'm sorry. The Looney Tunes in that 3D form, every time they got up close on them, I don't know, something about it was creeping me out. And I don't know exactly why. I just know the Looney Tunes should never be 3D. Let them stay in their 2D animated form. It was the worst. I didn't like it at all. The basketballers, I mean, the design ideas for them was pretty decent. The fire ice or fire water guy, I mean, the two things shouldn't go together, but it actually kind of works. So that visual stuff is basically the strength of the film. Everything else is trash. This movie, first of all, this movie doesn't have a story. This movie is held together by scotch tape, not even duct tape. It's a commercial, first of all. You know, it's one long advertisement for Warner Brothers. I kept picturing, you know, that scene in South Park where oh my god, what is his dad's name? When they moved to San Francisco, and he kept smelling his own farts. That whole thing. That is what I kept getting every time Warner Brothers threw up all the movies and all the television shows and everything they're responsible for. That is what I kept picturing. These Warner Brothers execs in a room just, you know, just smelling their own farts, just getting high on their own bullshit. Because this movie is not a movie, you know, and it's, the thing about it is it's not even subtle. It's just so in your face what they're trying to achieve with this. They don't even bother to be subtle about it. It's God, it's just so insulting. And it's sad because this movie is not really, you know, I guess we are not the focus of this movie. We are not the focus group they're going after for a movie like this. They're going after kids, you know, and I don't even think kids should be pandered to like this, you know. When you're growing up, you have, yeah, I mean, you have toy lines that do stuff like this. You have like G.I. Joe and He-Man and Ninja Turtles and all that kind of stuff. And they have cartoons and all these lines and stuff born out of that. But it never really felt like pandering. It felt like something cool. This is just terrible. LeBron's acting, if you could call it that, is terrible. The guy is so wooden, which surprised me because that when he was in Trainwreck, you know, the Amy Schumer movie. That, yes, that movie is a train wreck, but he was good in it. He was charismatic in it. I don't know what this was. It's like, I don't know if it's all the green screen stuff and he didn't know like where to look and how to react to things and stuff like that. But his performance was just terrible. The kids were not memorable. They had actors in this, you know, that actually know what they're doing, and yet you just never utilize them. You know, Sonequa, Steven, Sarah, all these characters. You have these people. Why are they even in this movie? Why put that kind of talent in here if you're not going to utilize it? So what else is there left to say about this movie that hasn't been said? It's not a movie. It's an advertisement for Warner Brothers and HBO. It's not. It's not. It has no heart to it. It has no soul to it. It feels hollow. It's just this shiny piece of thing that they. I don't know if they think it's babies they're dealing with, and if you shake keys in front of them, that will entertain us. This is not good enough. And say what you will about the first movie, that at least had some heart to it. So Space Jam: A New Legacy gets a 4 out of 10. And trust me when I say all 4 points goes towards visuals. I am not giving this movie points for anything else. So 4 out of 10. And that's going to be it for this one, guys. So if you've seen this movie and if for some reason you like this movie, please tell me why. What is it about this movie that works for you? If you like this video, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It's always appreciated. If you're new and you'd like to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face when it pops up right about there. And you can check out past reviews if you've got the time. So until the next one, guys, let's hope it's not another Space Jam movie. Bye-bye.